It doesn't matter if you're in the studio or traveling on the road. Live performances are now available to you with incredible and amazing sounds and resources located within SampleTank 2 for iOS. Live mode transports your iOS device into a multitimbral instrument, giving you 8 layers of sounds that you can use in any environment. For instance, if we look at this setup, which is stock, when you open up the live mode, you see on zone number 1, we have the West Coast drum kit. And you see that we have the pattern mode here. We can enable that so that way we can have a drum beat going. What I love about this is that you can click West Coast drum kit, and now it gives you all of the different sounds and libraries that you can use, the different kits to change. So depending on what style of music that you're doing, you can change it to the appropriate kit. And then that also gives you the appropriate patterns that you can use for that particular song. Then if you look, we have bass in channel 2. So which means that I can actually play a bass sound, or I can also, again, you see the pattern sign there, I can latch that and use a pre-existing loop that is already in here. On channel 3, I have the Rhodes, obviously the stage E piano. What that allows me to do is to have drums, bass, and keys. I can play all 3 of these together and be my own band. Now, what would have to happen in that application is that I would start the loop and I would change this MIDI channel. If you look, you see channel 1, channel 2, and channel 3. These relate to your MIDI channels. So what I would do is I would hit channel 1, and as you see, it pops up MIDI channel. So I would change that to channel 2 and click done. So now this loop is going, and now with the bass and keys, I can actually play these together if I select channel 1. So now I have my drum loop going, it's on MIDI channel 2, and I have my bass and my keys, which are on MIDI channel 1. Now the also beautiful thing about this is that we have the layers that we can control, the zones. So if I'm playing bass, obviously we know that I can't be playing bass and it's up here. My keys would need to be here and my bass would need to be here. So how do we remedy that problem? Very easy. Down here, you'll see numbered 1 through 8 are the different zones. And I can take this and I can slide this down to just the bass region. So my bass won't go past, let's say, the C here. Then I can have my piano just play these notes here. So now I have bass in my left hand, keys in my right hand, and I have a drum track going. I'm my own band. That's the beauty of this, and this is why SampleTank 2 for iOS is so powerful, because in live mode, again, whether you're a solo musician playing bass and keys with a drum track going, or whether I'm a musician that has to fulfill the role of 2 keyboard players, I can take this drum track out, and now I can make this, let's say, horns. So now I have horns, bass, and keys. Of course, I would have to change this MIDI channel back to 1, so that way now I'm playing all of the sounds simultaneously and can control them via this here, which are my editable parameters for each individual sound. So this is very powerful. Whether playing solo or in a band environment, SampleTank 2 for iOS is exactly what you need.